Hello there, guys. Welcome back to Younes Talks Football. Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. We've done it, ladies and gentlemen. We have done it. It's finished. Chelsea 2, Crystal Palace 0. Chelsea are in the FA Cup final, and that we needed that, I feel like, especially after the Real Madrid game. We have a chance to really just wrap the season up with some silverware. Some silverware and a statement against, right now, who are looking like the best team in the country, potentially the best team in Europe. That's Liverpool. So we can't be playing in the same way that we did today against Liverpool. Let's have it right, because today was not the best of days, but we got the result in the end, and the second half was better than the first half, thank goodness. So yeah, Chelsea qualified to the FA Cup final. On the day, in terms of lineups, we went with a little bit of a difference than we did to the Real Madrid game. 3 changes: Christensen coming in, Jorginho coming in, and who else? I've forgotten. We went with Mendy in goal, Rudiger, Christensen, and Reece James at right centre back. Azpilicueta was the third name that I wanted to pop to mind. Right wing back. Alonso left wing back. Jorginho, Kovacic in midfield. Up front, the same front three: Mount and Werner and Havertz just in front as the front two, with Mount in behind. And the first half was, let's be real, poor. Yeah, poor. For whatever reason, poor. Kovacic coming off with an injury did not help us, because Kovacic is our best midfielder and he's proven that now. At least this season. I'm talking this season. I mean, you could say Kante is our best midfielder, but I mean, this season, Kovacic has been our most consistent and best midfielder. Him coming off was big, with an injury, bringing on Loftus-Cheek, having him alongside Jorginho. You look at that and you think, defensively, it's loopholes. It's a loophole city. Crystal Palace had opportunities to close them down, win the ball off them, those two losing possession and creating chances. Thankfully, though, that came to help us in as we went into the second half. In terms of the first half, though, Palace seemed like they had a little bit more potency. We looked a little flat. We looked a little bit, I don't want to say, is it fatigue? Is it tiredness because of the Madrid game? Potentially, but I really thought that we would be a little bit more sharper, and that's what it looked like we lacked. We were losing the ball too often, too soon, too easily. But going into the second half, fortunes changed, and thank goodness it did. We got that goal that we needed through none other than Ruben Loftus-Cheek with an exquisite finish. Let's have it right. Top corner, top bins, beautiful hit. He had not scored for Chelsea since the Europa League semi-final 2019. That was exactly 3 years ago. And I say exactly, I mean near the time, because it was around this time you'd be playing Europa League semi-final, right? 3 years. And I remember that. I wasn't even at home. I was in Leeds. Crazy. 3 years. He's not gone scoring a goal for Chelsea. And today, in the semi-final, once again, this time the FA Cup, he does. Great move. Lands straight to him. Kai Havertz manages to get the ball in the cross. It hits Mark Gurhey. So whether Havertz has been credited with the assist or not, I'm not so sure. But it hits Mark Gurhey. It lands right into his path. He hits it with his lace. Hits off Gurhey again, I think, very, very subtly, but goes into the top corner. And it's 1-0 to Chelsea. And at that point, we needed it. We needed the goal to open up the game. We needed that goal to control the game, to be able to bring the tempo down into our favour a little bit more. And for Palace to open up, because they were very, I don't want to say too defensive, but they were closing up all the lanes, they were closing up all the gaps, they were doing very well, waiting for the opportunity, waiting for the attack, waiting for the counter. 1-0 down, you can't do that anymore, unless if you choose to and you take the risk, but you can't. So Palace had to open up. It helped us. Moving on, Mason Mount picking up the second goal. Nice little bit of movement with Kai Havertz. Timo Werner lays it off. Mason Mount coming in between the two central defenders, if it was the two central defenders, placing it into the bottom corner. Bob's your uncle, thank you very much. And for Mason Mount, it's his 4th goal in 3 games. It's the first time in his career that he has scored a goal for 3 games consecutively, and that's fantastic. So Mason Mount on the form of his life right now in his new position. Since he's been placed in that cam role, he's looked a different player. Since he's got that haircut, he's looked a different player. So that's fantastic. And we need to give credit to who was given man of the match, Timo Werner, because he was moving relentless today. Moving absolutely relentless. In terms of even the first half, I did point this out at half time on the watch along, where I could see Havertz was looking a little leggy, Mason Mount at times was looking like he was a little bit delayed. But Timo Werner was just running and going everywhere and being everywhere. And I was like, okay, that's one positive. He kept that up through into the second half, got the assist, I believe, for Mason Mount's goal. So that was very, very good from Timo Werner. He gets man of the match, very well deserved. And he's on the form of his life as well. We're seeing Kai Havertz now get players around him who are performing. Mason Mount in the last 3 games, fantastic. Timo Werner, the last 3 games, fantastic. We need to keep that up. Now we're starting to get some consistency in that attacking line, which is great. It's not just one player. It's 3. Brilliant. So, yeah, we'll see how it all pans forward now that we have not much to really think about. You know, Arsenal, we've got in midweek now on Wednesday. If we were to beat Arsenal, that pretty much cements our 3rd position in the Premier League. So that would be that. And then we think about the FA Cup. So happy days. But you reckon Werner, Mount, Havertz all continue to play? They have to, because right now they're all playing really well. I want to say really well, not really well, really well. They're in good form. Alongside Kai Havertz, Werner and Mount are performing. So that's fantastic. Some alternative shout-outs. I mean, I guess, well, one thing we have to really talk about is Jorginho. That first half was a disaster from Jorginho. Disaster. Second half, better, but disaster, man. Defensively, you can see how liable he is. And that needs to improve. Kante coming on, thankfully, in the end, when we decided to make 3 substitutions, bringing on Kante, bringing on Ziyech, bringing on Lukaku, taking off Mount, taking off Jorginho, and all, you know, that helped in the end. But Jorginho, you know, in terms of the way that we play, the pace that we move to, he's got to be quicker than that. He can't be moving as slow as he was, because he's just going to keep losing possession in really critical areas. So yeah, centre backs, all of them, decent job. Alonso, once again, decent job. You know, last few games he's been good. Fair play, especially against Real Madrid, he looked electric. But today, very stable, let's say. Very stable performance. Reece James, not playing in his right wing-back role, playing in the right centre-back role. I'm guessing for the same reasons like he did against Madrid. With Aspi as the right wing-back, I would have liked to see Reece James more as a right wing-back. And I'm hoping going into Arsenal and beyond, I think Aspi will be pushed a little bit more forward, because I think he contributes to attacks very well. So we'll see. But Palace, I have to give a shout-out to Crystal Palace, to Vieira, to the way that they set up their lads. They gave us a very good game. Tactically, a very good game. That first half was death for us. And I don't mean that in this case that it was just boring, but it was difficult. And thankfully we opened up and managed to get that first goal, which we needed. But Palace gave a good game. Tactically, they were really astute. Fair play to Patrick Vieira. They're in a cup semi-final. No one expected them to be there. Steve Parish, credit to him for the way that Palace are being run. Palace right now are looking like a team that are building some very good foundation blocks under Patrick Vieira, and they've got a good project. So I wish them the best going forward, and I really do mean that. Selhurst is not actually far from me. Technically, if we're talking in terms of distance, they are my local. So I like Palace, their fans, and what they bring today, the energy they brought. You could hear the Palace fans from minute 1 up until the end. So honestly, fair play, best of luck for the rest of the season. But Chelsea are in the FA Cup final, and we need to step it up. Thankfully, as I've said, we've got a schedule that favours us going into that, and we have to make it 3rd time lucky now, because we played that final under Frank Lampard in the FA Cup, we lost it. We faced Leicester last season under Thomas Tuchel, we lost it. We're now against Liverpool, we got to win this. We got to win this and potentially stop. Well, it will stop, but stop a potential quadruple for Liverpool and stop what would be, if they were to win the FA Cup and the Premier League and the Champions League, the domestic treble alongside the Carabao Cup, because that's obviously going to be included. But you take the FA Cup out of that, and it's no longer the domestic treble, domestic quadruple, you know, the traditional bunch of trophies that you look to obtain at the same time. We have a chance to disrupt all of that and to end the season on a little bit of a sour note for them. Although I think the Champions League final is going to be after the semi-final of the final of the FA Cup. So depends if they make it to the Champions League final. We have a chance to put a dent in their season. So let's do that, make a statement and give everyone a warning, a notice that this is Chelsea causing this much disruption with what we have now and what we've faced this season. All the adversity and the problems we've had. Next season, new owners, Thomas Tuchel being backed, going with his project, getting him his players. everyone's on notice. But we've got to win against Liverpool in that cup final. The only way we put everyone on notice is by winning that FA Cup and beating Liverpool, the same team that demolished Man City in that semi-final in the manner that they did. We have a chance to make a big statement. So let's go and do it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts below. Much appreciated. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Crystal Palace not being able to really keep up with us in the end. Chelsea on the day, was it sufficient enough, do you reckon? Room for improvement? Are you happy? Let me know. Do you think we beat Liverpool in the cup final? Do you think we won't? Let me know below. I'd love to hear all of your thoughts. Thank you all so much for watching. Much appreciated. If you haven't caught the watch along as well, make sure you catch that and catch all the big moments. And yeah, hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you have enjoyed this. And I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new video. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care and peace.